Elon Musk tweeted just a few days ago, 25th of September, "What can't we predict?" Oh, and this guy is taking a screenshot of another one of Elon's tweets. Based on current trends, probably close to 0 new cases in US 2 by end of April. And Elon, now we're in September, and there are still a lot of cases in the US. I'm sorry, dude, you got this one wrong. You are a legend, I love you, but you got this one wrong.
It makes sense, though.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to r/murderedbywords, where people get absolutely destroyed on the internet by words, and we get to laugh at them. Let's go. Dang right, immigrants are stealing jobs from American workers. Hard-working Americans are being sent home every day and replaced with immigrants who will work more hours for less pay. Those Americans were laid off by a capitalist tycoon who took advantage of said immigrants in order to increase his own profits. And there is literally nothing that makes him happier than hearing the effing idiot that you are getting mad at the immigrants instead of him. To be fair to the first guy, I took the mick out of his voice. He was so close to getting it bang on. I took my son in for his 5-year checkup today, and when the nurse came in to give him a vaccine booster, I told her why I decided to decline it, and explained that it was my right to do so. She actually thanked me for taking a stand, and told me how much it pains her to have to give vaccines to uninformed families who don't know they have a right to decline. I felt so good, and when I explained it to my son on the way home, he thanked me for watching out for him and keeping him safe and healthy. Now, unfortunately, guys, this anti-vax mum actually got a reply from that nurse. Did you forget we're friends on here? Lol, believe it or not, it's completely legal for me to publicly state that I absolutely did not say that. And for the record, neither did you. It's also not a HIPAA violation for me to say that I gave your son a shiny sticker at the end of the appointment for being brave. So people who read this post can take what they will from that. Oh my goodness me. When you forget that you're friends on Facebook with your pediatric nurse and then tell lies about her, oh no, that is a feels bad. With 2 adopted children from Haiti, it is going to be interesting to watch the Democrats try to smear Amy Coney Barrett as racist. Jenny, not only are those not Amy Coney Barrett's Haitian children, that isn't even Amy Coney Barrett's. That's her sister, Carrie. Oh no. You tried. These dudes come up to you and tell you to empty out your pockets. What are you doing? Or who have we even got here? I don't actually know who any of them are apart from 6ix9ine. I mean, that shows my lack of hip-hop knowledge, to be fair. But this guy would throw a Xanax on the floor and watch them fight over it. Wow. And fight over it they almost definitely would. What the F are crab cakes? Cakes. And stay with me on this one. With crab in them. Y'all Americans got hella audacity assuming you're at the center of the universe and everyone adheres and is well acquainted with your food and customs. This is not the first time on this group that I inquire about American-based cuisine and you'll mouth off like everyone's ignorant and stupid for not knowing whatever the F you people call food. Why the F would you classify a seafood-based dish as cake? Cakes are sweet and don't have claws, so it's fair for anyone who isn't within walking distance of a school shooting to ask this question. Jesus effing Christ, behave like you're a fraction of the world and not the whole thing. Wow. Mohammed, that was not the way I was expecting this post to go at all, but yeah, every single point you made was incredibly valid. Wow. I was gonna say, like, yeah, crab cakes kind of are what they say, but then I guess what is a cake? You know, you expect it to be sweet, like Mohammed said, not savory, not salty like the sea with a crab in it. It makes complete sense. Fair play, Mohammed. Good point.
You said it.
Alright, this next set of comments is on a post about a girl beating anorexia. I don't get why people post this. You post a failure of a human who got morbidly obese getting less obese? I can't see how this makes people smile. Please explain. 13 downvotes? Yeah, it should be more like 130 downvotes. Jesus. Would you be happy if a person quit smoking, stopped using drugs, gained weight after suffering from anorexia, got their depression under control, or made any other life change, putting them on their way to becoming healthy and resulting in them being happier and healthier than before? Or do you only value people who have been perfect from the beginning and judge them forever for their faults even when they are making enormous progress towards fixing those faults? If so, take a good long look in the mirror and realize that if everyone judged you like you judge others, you'd be the loneliest man on the planet. Wow, can we just take a second to give our thoughts and prayers to this original commenter? Rest in peace. You've just been absolutely destroyed. Sure, a transgender person is murdered every day, but that is likely coincidence, as over 100,000 people die in some form every day. Again, 33 downvotes. It's not looking good. It's not looking good so far. Okay, since I can't really find worldwide studies on this, I'm going by American statistics. Here are the facts. You know when someone says, here are the facts, you're in big trouble. You're in massive trouble. At least 300 trans people were murdered last year. The number of murders last year was around 16,000. There are about 330 million people living in the US. About 1 million of them identify as trans. Over one trans person in the US is murdered per day. OP was wrong. I don't think one murder per day of a minority that takes up 0.33% of the population is just a coincidence. Also, OP, you're specifically mentioning murder here. Stop broadening it to every way possible of death ever, so it seems like you have a point. Yeah, that is what I was initially thinking. You can't say that, yeah, a transgender person is murdered every day, but 100,000 people die every day. Death isn't the same as murder. What? Brain-eating amoebas are once again being found in US drinking water, but given what I see online, there's a very real question of whether they'll really have enough to eat. This man has just murdered an entire country in one tweet. I did not know that was possible. George, I have to say, what a legend you are. I see Bojo, aka Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, still getting serious grief from the lefties. I'd happily join them if you can prove to me that Boris Johnson defied or rejected the medical advice and guidance given to him, and that he acted differently in your own time. Hashtag COVID briefing. Ooh. Well, he shook hands with COVID patients in hospital, then he got COVID, and then he nearly died. I mean, does it get any more black and white than that? I don't think it does. When your state mandates wearing a mask in public, hashtag Braveheart, hashtag freedom, hashtag defy tyrants. Yeah, that's not the sort of mask that the state's mandating. Oh, come on. Meanwhile, in actual Scotland, we're wearing masks on public transport and in the shops. You know what else we're doing? Counting deaths in single digits. Most days, that digit is 0. As a born and bred Scotsman, I'm looking forward to your life expectancy being similar to that of 13th century Scotland. Oh, a quick Google search suggests that was about 30 years old. It's not really what you're looking for from a life expectancy. I'm looking more towards, the 80 mark at a push, but 30, yeah, it's not great. Can't lie. I mean, I'm close to that, Jesus. Teen stabbed with scissors after pulling student's dress up at Memphis school, police say. Yeah, that's a weird way to say sexual assault victim uses self-defense to escape her attacker. Yeah, why is this headline so massively in favor of the person who was, assaulting someone sexually? That shouldn't be the way this headline is written. I don't understand. It's just not fair. Fair play. Murdered by words? Well, more like murdered by scissors in this case, you've got to say. Well, we broke up months ago, lol. And you didn't tell me? Why would I? 'Cause we get along, lol? Ah, I see. Well, I regret to inform you that I have no intentions of pursuing a romantic nor a sexual relationship with you. Well, I mean, fair play to this girl for just saying it how it is. Dude, you've not even been friend zoned. You've just been put in the absolute mud. I'm so sorry, dude. Try again. Better luck next time. 2 weeks ago, I was a confirmed COVID case, and it sucked. Sick to my stomach, hard time sleeping, aches and all that. 1 week ago, I was rushed to the ER, and then taken by ambulance to the University of Utah Respiratory, ICU. My oxygen was so low that I almost died. I almost went on life support, and almost sent my kids through life without a dad. But, why is there a but here? But, I have always been resilient, and a week later, I am back home, working and loving life, albeit a little harder to breathe nowadays. Okay, fair enough, makes sense. Having almost died, I stand by my assertion that COVID is being blown out of proportion to serve a higher greed. Having almost died, you're saying this, my friend. Okay, guys, there's actually more. Masks are stupid, and so is social distancing. Again, you've just explained in 3 paragraphs how you almost died. But masks are stupid and so is social distancing. There's more. If you are at risk, take care of yourself, but don't give up a good life because someone else tells you to be afraid. And he's posted a picture of himself almost dying in the back of an ambulance. I just can't believe what I'm reading these days. I just can't believe it. You've got to be a special kind of stupid to think taking precautions is fear instead of what it really is, common sense. Does he look when crossing roads? He better not, otherwise he's living in fear of being hit by a car. Does he wear a life jacket in the water? He better not, otherwise he's living in fear of drowning. Does he wear high-vis clothing and a helmet when cycling? The list is essentially endless. You take sensible precautions to ensure you live a good, long life. This guy is certifiably insane, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with anything you just said there. You take precautions to make sure that you're not in fear of doing these things. Like, yes, I would look to my left when crossing a road. I'm not scared of being hit by a car, but I just don't want to be hit by one. Like, does that make sense?
That was annoying.
Yeah.
You can't even like.
Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/Murdered by Words. If you do want more right away, then check out the playlist on screen right here for all my Murdered by Words content, and make sure you are subscribed if you are new to the channel. We're heading towards 40,000 subscribers, and I want to hit that milestone as quickly as possible, so hit that button. Help me out.